I'm Caz Parker for MMH, the home of rock radio, and I'm joined today by the awesome, fantastic Stevie Stoker of the fantastic Twister, of course. So right now, you're on holiday, taking a little break, aren't you, in Lindos and Rhodes? And
I
here I
am.
am, I'm making you work. So that's not very nice, is it? But we'll try and make it nice. So
That's all right.
how are you doing?
I'm very, very well. Having a lovely time out here.
Oh,
Just got myself a few days off between shows, and yeah, it's just nice to take myself away and have some just relaxation time, which is nice for a change because we've been really busy a bit.
you have been really, really busy. In fact, I was going to say that there is so much going on at Team Twister all the time anyway, but I think never more busy than right now. There's like, in fact, I want to cover it all today. So, what I think is we'll start with what's just happened before we move on to what's coming up. So, first things first, last week, new single Secrets was released. And it went straight into the rock charts at number 1, richly deserved. I think definitely helped by me playing it on my radio show ahead of time. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take some credit for that. But I know, it's the third single from the forthcoming EP, Only the Strong Survive. So tell me how you're feeling about the giddy heights of a number 1 single.
It's a little bit surreal. It's a little bit amazing. But over the last 6 months or so, when we've been releasing, obviously we've done Don't Play Nice, Almost Enemy, and then Secrets is the third release. It's gathered momentum. I mean, we had sort of, not to sound too clever with it, but we had sort of planned for it to do that. But
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, it never works out the way you want it to.
Yeah.
So on this occasion, it has actually worked out the way we wanted it to, which was lovely.
Oh.
And this is probably my favourite song that we've ever released. So it's nice that it's got the recognition that I think it deserves. I think it's probably the best thing we've done.
I think it's fab. It's definitely an earworm. I can't get it out of my head. I've got to say, I don't think you've released a track yet that I don't love. So keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
Them come in. So, okay, next exciting thing. Only the Strong Survive tour is about to start on the 1st of October. And people can get their hands on the EP there, can't they? Is that when it's released and on the online store at the same time?
Yeah, so yeah, that's basically it. So the EP release date's the 14th of October,
Oh,
which we've got a show. We've got a show that night at the Georgian Theatre in Stockton, which is kind of our like second hometown, if you like. That's where Ryan's from.
yeah.
So yeah, we it's one of our favourite venues as well, and that's going to be the release show. Basically, what we've done with the EP is it's a collection of singles and some other stuff in there that isn't going to be on any other streaming platforms, and we're only doing it as a CD release. So it's kind of quite minimal, but because it's only an EP and it's not an album, it's kind of the stopgap between us releasing Cutest and Corrected and the next album, which will be coming kind of actually probably this time next year,
Oh,
it's all kind of in the works at the moment.
that's exciting. That's spoiled one of my next questions, actually. But
Sorry.
see if I can sneak some further information out of you later on. So, okay, there is a special version, isn't there, for the VIPs as well, which has got extra tracks on.
Yeah, there is. So what we've been sort of trying to do over the year, well, last 2 or 3 years really, is we have our own recording studio, and we've always put like a lot of money into making that the best it can be. And we've done this the main singles for this release with Ramesh Goda, who's absolutely tremendous, at top of his game.
Yeah.
And he's up for a Mercury Prize as well this year, so like totally well deserved. Some of the stuff he does is amazing.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do now is get our studio kind of. I mean, it's going to be very difficult to get it anywhere near Ramesh's level, but to a level where we think we can release stuff from our studio. And this is kind of one of the first things that our studio has had a help in doing. So some of the stuff on the singles was recorded at our place first. And then what we've done is we've got the 4 tracks that we're releasing, and on the standard version there's an acoustic version of Secrets and Don't Play Nice, and both of them are on the proper release. And we've done a special edition release which has got another 2 tracks on there, again acoustic versions or slightly reworked versions of them songs, and they sound mega, like it, but they're totally different. Like it's taken. I always say you can tell a good song by if you can man can play it with his acoustic guitar in the corner and still make it sound good. And that's kind of what we've done with it. We've stripped it right back and gone back to basics on them.
Oh, it sounds good. So, well, my advice to people, if they want the extra tracks, is go and book VIP tickets. Why wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Do
Yeah.
it, people. So, okay, 11 dates are booked in all over the place. So there really is no excuse for people to not get their flipping tickets booked and go to their nearest show. So, all right, if we're asking people to book tickets to come to the shows, let's sell it to them. So what can they expect from these shows? Apart from, obviously, there's going to be the usual high energy, fantastic performance, but give them something else. What can they expect?
So if anybody's seen this before, if you haven't seen this before, it's always about trying to create a spectacle in a small space. That is basically what our goal is.
Yeah.
And on the last tour, we've been, obviously, it's back off the back of our debut album. So the intro to that was from the album intro. And then we basically based the show off that. So all of the sort of iconic moments from the show are accentuated by the story of the album and the tracks, and like bits of music videos and stuff as well. That's on show within the visual performance. With this one, because we're releasing Only the Strong Survive, and because it's got new tracks and new imagery, the show is totally different. So I've been spending the last 3 or 4 months building the show, and yeah, it's just epic. You need to come and see it. Like we basically, because of the way that we design it, we can actually watch the show before we even perform it. It's a little bit weird, but we were sat watching it the other day, and it was like, yeah, this is going to be really cool. People are going to like this. So yeah, we hope people can come. I mean, it's selling fairly well at the minute, but there's always room for more people. So we would love you to come and see. Yeah, we would love you to come and see what we've been working on.
Well, also pre-book's important, isn't it? So let's get the tickets booked. Don't be waiting around wondering whether you can make it. Just bloody book it in. So are there any clues to what this show's going to look like in the videos? Because Secrets is kind of a video of you performing, isn't it? So does that give us any clues?
Yeah, so it does a little bit. So within the Secrets video, you can obviously see our backline. That's our touring setup. And some of the visuals within Secrets, there's a couple of little Easter eggs in there, which might let you know what the show's going to look like, or parts of the show are going to look like at least.
Marvelous.
But it's nice. It's nice.
Oh, sounds good. So the VIPs, again, let's sell this VIP experience. They get a special acoustic performance just for them as well. So I know you do a lot of acoustic solo gigs as well. That's one, and you've been doing that while you've been out in roads as well. But out of interest, what do you get more excited about, the full band shows, playing festivals, or the small intimate acoustic shows?
I think they've all got their advantages. And it's nice when you've done a run of one to do a run of another. And basically just everything's new, everything's fresh. But I like how when we do the band shows, there's a lot of prep goes into them. There's a lot of, again, like 3 or 4 months building a show for a tour. It's a long time. Whereas doing the acoustic stuff, I never even think about it really. I just turn up and do them because I love that bare bones aspect of music, as well as all of the flashiness and sort of glitz and glamour of the whole scenario as well. So it's really lovely to see both sides of that coin.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right then. So if you had to pick, and this is a naughty question really, because it's like asking you to pick your favorite child if you had children, but like if you had to pick your personal favorite track to play live, which would it be?
It's probably still 64 White Lies. It's just got a special place for me and the lads. And 9 times out of 10, it's our show ender. It's the song that we finish with. But we've got a new track as well called Favorite Underdog, which is, again, it's on Only the Strong Survive. Only the Strong Survive. Get it right. And and that's it's just a proper little bop. So it's I'm looking forward to getting on the road and playing that and getting into people's ears, because it actually won't be released when we start the tour.
Yeah, so it'll be new and exciting. That's another thing that I look forward to.
It will.
Yeah, that's good.
Really will.
All right then. So with all the touring and the EP launch about to get going, I know I'm pushing my luck here because I think I've probably sneaked a bit of information out of you already. But is there anything that you haven't told me that might be coming up? Because we do We do like a secret or an exclusive at MMH Radio. So if I can extract anything, I do try.
Well, next year is looking busy already. We've got a couple of stints out in Europe already booked, and we've got a few irons in the fire as well. But the main goal for next year is to start recording the album and get some dates penciled in for releases. But that's going to be over the next sort of, once we've got Only the Strong Survive out, that'll be our total focus will be on the album and what's coming next.
Getting a bit breezy like that.
Just a tad.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's good. All right. Well, I'll consider that a little bit of secret information. And obviously, yeah, all sorts coming up. So I think next year is going to be exciting as well as this year.
It really is.
Do you fancy doing some random and silly questions so we get to know you a little bit more? Maybe
I'm definitely random and silly. So yeah, let's have that.
All right. Well, I'm going to start. It's not going to be quite so random to start with. Because I'll start off tame and then it'll get sillier. Okay. What's the best gig you've ever played? That's not even a random question. It's just not in the other section.
Best gig. We've had a few really good ones this year, to be honest. But one special moment, we did a release party out here in Rhodes in June for Almost Enemy.
Yeah,
that was pretty epic. There was a few emotional moments in that. But also I played the Millennium Dome a few years ago, which is obviously the O2 Arena now. And that was pretty epic as well. Yeah, so probably one of them too.
Oh, that does sound epic. Oh, I can't believe I missed it. That sucks a little bit. All right then. What about, have you ever had an embarrassing moment on stage?
Oh, many. I split my jeans once on stage, which was very difficult, especially when your crotch is head height for people and you've got no middle in your trousers. You've got to be careful how you position your legs. Luckily, I'm carrying a guitar, so that you can hide behind that a little bit. So I'll probably go for the whole split of the trousers business. But I told me and the boys have set up a covers band as well as playing in Twister, and we played a venue a few weeks ago that I haven't played since I was 16, and I was telling them the only once I'd been in this venue, I took my guitar off, put it in the guitar stand. The stand fell over and snapped the neck off the guitar.
No.
Right. And then I turned round, grabbed my microphone, and I go, it doesn't matter, I'll sort it later, just get on with it. Jumped on the monitor slipped and I fell flat on my arse. And this all happened within about 20 seconds. I was like, oh my God. That was extremely embarrassing as well.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds like the sort of thing I would do, as you know. But you know what? A lot of people, when I ask them that question, the jeans or the leather trousers splitting seems to come up quite a lot. So I don't know. That seems to be a thing. That is definitely a thing for rock stars. So maybe get some better quality or sew them up a little bit more, or just have some stick-on patches hanging in the wings just in case.
Yeah.
Spare trousers.
We're just going to need a double denim me jeans. That's what the jeans within jeans.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, double layer. All right then. So, have you ever met any of your musical heroes? Somebody that's made you starstruck?
Yes, a couple of times.
Yeah, a fanboy moment is what I mean, where you kind of go, I don't know what to say.
A real strange one. We got 2015. We got asked to be the backing band for Bumblefoot on his UK tour, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. Obviously, played with Guns N' Roses. All his solo stuff's really cool. He's obviously with Sons of Apollo as well, and so we got asked to do this, and we learned all of this stuff over the internet. Basically, sent us like MP3s, like guitar heavy ones and drum heavy ones, and everything. So we learned the songs. We didn't meet them until the first day of the tour, and we just had a long sound check. So we'd been there early and set all of our equipment up, and then Ron comes in, and it's like, oh my God, like this guy's like ultra famous and been all over the world, and many thousands of people.
Yeah.
And he was just the nicest, most normal, mega person. But at first it was a bit like, hi Ron. But no, and he was excellent with us. He was really, was really, really cool. And yeah, luckily we'd learned the songs right, and the shows were really good.
Well, that's good. Is that when you have that sweaty palm moment and they go to shake your hand and you think, oh no, I'm not normally sweaty?
See, I am normally sweaty, so that's fine.
Oh, totally used to it. All right then. Okay, they're starting to get a little bit more random now. If there was going to be a film made of your life, who would you get to play you?
I'd probably go silly. Like Judy Dench. Judy Dench would be a really good me.
Perfect.
Helen Mirren.
Yeah. I think Helen Mirren, yeah, go for it. Yeah, that's a good answer. I thought you were going to go for someone like Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Right.
Just like
his
totally
voice is far too low. Far
Wesley
too low.
Snipes.
I think to be fair, Wesley Snipes would be a shout. Like I think he'd be dead edgy, wouldn't he?
Yeah, stick a wig on him, it'd be all right. No one would notice.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got to be woke these days. You've got to be inclusive. You know, you can't roll it out. All right then. So, well, who would you have to do the soundtrack then? You've got to pick one band to do the soundtrack of the film of your life. Who would you pick? And it can't be Twister.
Oh, Motion City soundtrack. It's like one of my favorite bands of all time. And they're all just dead normal blokes. It's just, but they're absolutely exceptional and my favorite songwriters ever.
Brilliant. Well, of course it would be them then. That's perfect. All right then. Okay. If you were a wrestler, what would be your choice of music to come out to into the ring?
Oh,
come on, you got to pick a banger. Can't have something nice.
Absolute banger.
Yeah.
I think, but it's probably been used a million times, but I think it would probably be either For Those About the Rock or Thunderstruck.
Yeah. Well, they'd be good.
I think I think probably For Those About the Rock, and then leave it for ages before I came out.
Yeah.
Like really build it and then come out with it.
With your big cape on. Yeah.
Yeah, big cape and mask on, yeah. Look like a really shit superhero.
Yeah, put a little hat on as well with some like ears. Oh, definitely. I'm starting to picture it. That's worrying. Okay then, right. Oh, I like this one. What superhero power would you love to possess, and what would you do with it?
That's dead easy. I would like. I don't know. Can you remember Bernard's Watch?
No.
It used to be a TV show. So it was a TV show in the 90s when I was a kid. It was called Bernard's Watch, and this bloke Bernard had a watch that he could stop time with.
Yeah.
Like now, I'd use that every day because I'd just wake up first thing in the morning and stop time and have another 3 hours sleep every day.
Have a nap. That's the best. That is the best use of a superhero power ever. So you can only stop time. You can't like reverse or forward it.
No, you can't reverse or forward it. I would just stop it so I could simply get a little bit more sleep. I think then in turn I'd be a better person.
I think I would be. I'd definitely vote for more sleep. So, but if you can stop time, could you go and do a bit of mischief if you wanted to? Like if everyone else is
you'd definitely create a lot of mischief. Like you would
draw a moustache on
yeah, like wouldn't buy drinks at the bar, would just go to the bar and sit in the corner and then run behind it, get your drink and come back. And then
yeah. The never ending
There'd be lots of that going on.
Yeah,
what you're on about, this is the one I've had all night.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know.
Oh no, that's a great one. I love it. All right, then, if you could be, this is one of my new ones. So not just any animal, but just a part of an animal. You just got to have a part of an animal that becomes part of you. Which part of an animal would you pick?
I'd have a lion's tail.
Just a lion's tail? What you can do with that?
I just think it'd be really cool. I want to get massive tail on your back. You should be able to wipe people out with it. No?
Yeah, true. You'd be better with like
cool. I've got a bit of a mane anyway, so I just become part of a lion.
Yeah, you could have you could have chosen like a great big whale tail, so you really could do some fucking damage with that. But a lion's tail is kind of. I think a lion's tail is cute. I don't know if you could do a lot of damage with it. They're not known for their like fighting
No,
ability with their tails,
no,
but it is
no.
cute.
You're right, but no, and I think it would just suit the aesthetic of the main.
I think it would. I think it would. And you don't need to, you know what? I'm being mean because you don't need to pick a part of an animal that causes mischief. That's just the way I think. All right then. Oh, how weird shall we go? Because we've got loads of time. All right then. This involves a bit of thought. What would be the most inappropriate movie to remake as a porno?
See, now this is a difference between the ones that I know they have and the ones that they haven't. Inappropriate.
Yeah.
Ghost.
Ooh.
That would be slightly inappropriate.
Yeah. Although, I mean, there are some slightly vaguely sexy elements to it already with the whole pot thing, isn't there? So, but yeah, that would take a whole different turn, wouldn't it? It'd be a lot more interesting if it was suddenly a porno.
Especially this, if they just like, if they did it on low budget, it was totally like it cost them 20 quid to make, and then the ghost comes in, and it's just a big sheet over the eyes.
A big sheet with like a tent pole, because this is a porno, remember?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, all right, fair enough. I always think the most inappropriate ones are anything with animals or children in, but that also crosses the line and makes my interviews unwatchable by anyone. family, friends, and children.
I try to stay away from them ones. I was like, which way do I go with this answer?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to rewatch Ghost now and imagine it happening. The ghost turning up with his tent pole. That'd be brilliant. All right then. Okay. All right. I might do Who in the Band actually. So Who in the Band would be your phone a friend if you were on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
It wouldn't be Ryan. It definitely wouldn't be Ryan.
No.
I love him to pieces, but he's thick as mince. There'd be absolutely no point ringing Ryan. Probably Jake.
Okay.
Because if Jake doesn't know it, he would tell you he did anyway. So that would probably get me the answer.
It would be a start, wouldn't it? It would help. All right then.
It would be.
If you ended up in jail, who would be your one phone call? But it's got to be someone from the band, not your dad.
It would be my dad. Maybe one phone call. Probably Ryan, because Jake would tell me off.
Yeah, Ryan would just turn up and rescue you, wouldn't he? Wouldn't even question it.
Ryan would just go out. I won't tell anybody. We'll just keep it between ourselves.
Yeah.
Until the bill turns up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right, then which member of the band, because this is the good question for someone on their own, so you can out anyone you like. Which member of the band is most likely to hurt themselves in a humiliating sexual accident?
Jake, 100%. 100%, Jake. We've already been there many occasions, but they're the stories for him to tell.
All right. Well, I will interview him one day and I'll try and find out. Now I've got secret intel.
You'll have to.
All right, then. Right, now we're on the Would You Rather section, which is my favourite section of all. So,
here we go.
I know, I love them. Would you rather cry every time you have sex or burp every time someone kisses you? I still find these questions funny.
Well, I already do one of them, so yeah, I'll go for the burping one because I think we could make something out of that.
Yeah. No, I think that'd be grim. But it's your would you rather, so you know it's not my answer. All right, would you rather have ball bags for eyelids or a willy for a nose?
I'd rather have a willy for a nose, I think, because otherwise they'd just be dangling over your eyes. You wouldn't see a thing.
No,
and I've got really small eyes anyway, so I wouldn't see anything ever, and I'm blind.
yeah, it'd be a disaster. But you could wear your sunglasses.
It would be.
So your willy nose. Yeah, sneezing's going to be interesting. It's going to be not that much different, really.
It's going to be like Juice Bigelow, isn't it?
Be interesting if you like rub it and it grows. When you're excited, your willy nose could get longer. Yeah. All right, then. What about? Let's have a similar question: vaginas for ears or penises for arms?
Vaginas for ears because I've got long arms. That would cover them.
Yeah. You won't be able to hear, obviously, now. You've got vaginas instead.
No,
But you might enjoy them though.
be all right.
Just have a little stroke. Be nice. Might be nice. All right then. Oh, I've got a couple of new ones.
Something different.
Let me see what you think about the new ones then. Would you rather? Oh, see, I don't know. I like to try and guess what your answer would be for this, and I don't know. Could go either way. Would you rather wear a banana costume to go about your day-to-day business for an entire week? And if anyone asks you about it, you've just got to say, don't know what you're talking about. It's my normal clothes. So you can't say it's for a dare. Or, jog 2 circuits of a festival field that's a really busy festival. Let's say download. Naked. Sorry, I forgot the naked bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, just
Otherwise, just jogging would be a bit like not that exciting.
Well, as it happens, the day that they lifted the lockdown restrictions, we had a party at a friend of mine's studio, and we did the naked mile that night round an industrial estate in Newcastle. So I would definitely go for that because that was easy the first time. It might be a bit easier the second time.
Hey, all right, fair enough. That's fair enough. Saves you wearing a banana costume anyway. It might get too hot as well. Okay. Would you rather have 5 half-size clones of yourself or 1 full-size clone?
1 full size.
I'd
rather if I had another me, I'd get so much done.
Yeah. What if it was an evil twin though?
It would make things interesting, wouldn't it? Like,
yeah.
But I suppose that might be quite fun as well, because then you would just have like some sort of personal battle going on all the time.
Yeah.
Like hiding behind walls and that.
I mean, it's a clone because it's like, so in theory, it's exactly you, but never works out that way. I've seen loads of films. It doesn't, there's always something a bit missing. They're always a little bit weird. So, all right then. See, I quite fancy 5 half-size clones. I'll be trotting them around on leads. It'd be brilliant. Causing a little bit of mayhem. All right, the final one, which is my favourite, and if you've ever heard any of my interviews before, you'll have already heard it, but it's still my favourite and I can't give it up. Would you rather have a 12-inch belly button that sways to the music or accordions for legs?
Accordions for legs?
Yeah.
12-inch belly button.
Or accordions for legs? I mean, there's benefits to both.
I don't know.
There are benefits to both.
Is there?
Yeah. So your little belly button, your new belly button, I think you could kind of enjoy that because that would come out at gigs or anywhere there's music. It could be in the shop or anywhere like that. Out it comes swaying away. But you could be like, you know what? Just going to own it and put a little hat on it and a dicky bow, and that becomes your new mate. Or the accordions, I mean, making music everywhere you go. I mean, you certainly get noticed.
I suppose you could you could learn how to get a tune out of your accordions, couldn't you? Whereas your belly button would just do with what it fancies. I think you could control your accordions.
Yeah.
I'd go for the accordion select.
You won't be able to sneak around though. That's the only thing. Like at night, if you wanted a wee, you'd be like, wake the house up.
But you could if you had calipers on. You could you could build calipers around your accordions and then like walk on them. They sound like crutches, but like round your leg.
I don't think you're allowed to in this scenario.
Oh, you're not.
No, would you rather means they've got to be playing all the time. So yeah, maybe. All right, then. I think that there endeth the would you rathers. So a couple of nice questions just to round it off. So what would be your dream achievement for the band? And you can go as big or crazy as you like.
I think what we've always wanted to. I've been very, very lucky since I was 17 to be a full-time performer. But again, I've got my fingers in many pies, and I'm always fairly busy with that. I would love me and the lads to get to the point where we could do it full time, and put the hours in that we really, really want to, and that we try to anyway. But obviously, there's a lot of life things get put in the way. But that's our sort of long-term goal, really, just to be full time at what we love to do.
Yeah, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? Definitely. And okay, then.
It would be very nice.
Yeah. And all right, then one further question from that then. If you could choose the legacy that you leave one day, what would you want to be remembered for?
Above anything, I think I'd want to be remembered for being nice. I think that gets lost a lot nowadays. especially within our industry. I always kind of pride myself on, if I could do anybody a favor, I would do it.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's not a great deal of people that are like that nowadays. Again, especially within music, we know a few of them. We know a few of the good eggs, and hopefully we can all keep our band together and try and keep things that way. But yeah, I think I would want to be remembered for being nice.
That's so cute. Oh, that's maybe the cutest answer I've ever had to that question. Oh, that's really cute. All right, well, thank you. We are going to wrap it up there. So thank you so much, Stevie. It has been awesome catching up with you. Thank you. So I'm Caz Parker for MMH, the home of rock radio, and I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have if you've been watching. But my final message is, don't be sitting at home with the FOMO when you could be out at a fantastic show. So to round up, and I've got them written down, there are dates in Glasgow, Wolverhampton at New Walk Live, London, Torquay, Swindon, Sheffield, Galashiels, Stockton, Lancaster, Oldham, and Blackpool. So don't be a fool. Go and get a ticket. Don't be at home thinking, oh, everyone else seems to be out having a really good time and I'm not joining them. Go and get one. In fact, do it now. When you finish watching this, get your little phone out, tap away, buy some tickets, and guess what? You can also get a nice EP on CD while you're there, and probably a fancy new T-shirt as well. I wouldn't wager. I bet they're on sale too.
So many things. So many things to buy. Go and see them.
Exactly. I mean, there's mugs, there's patches, there's calendars. Running out of them now, but I'm sure there'll be a new one for next year.
You never know. You never know.
Right. Thank you so much. Right. I'm Caz Parker.
Thanks so much, family. It's been an absolute pleasure.
You're very welcome.